All right, it's yet another beautiful morning, a very, very good morning. Welcome to One-on-One Talk Show, right here, New 24, Magic TV, also will be live on UBC. All that is happening right here on U24. Thank you so much for always being part of this beautiful show from the hour of 9 up to the hour of 10 to 10:30. We are glad to have you this morning, and guess what? To me, it's a very beautiful morning because one of my favorite persons, I could call him my personal person, was born today. Happy birthday to you. Should I call him my husband? Should I call him my boyfriend? Should I call him? But anyway, happy birthday to you, Bay. May you live to blow 1,000 candles, and may you live to see your great-grandchildren. Now, all over the week, we did have sick, and a lot of people pulled out, a lot of people failed, and they said they used money, but well, that brings us to a topic that today we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about responsible gaming. Have you ever sat down and told yourself, if I bet today, what will happen? If I game tomorrow, what will happen? Or have you ever asked yourself, who are the people behind these gaming companies? Well, I'm so delighted and honored this morning to have, should we call him the CEO? Should we call him the executive director? Should we call him the boss? Well, a lot of titles, but I'm going to let him introduce himself this morning. He's going to tell us his title. And of course, we'll be discussing a few things. Sometimes I look at people who, let's say, game. Betting will be rather a very big word. But let's look at the people who game these days. We do have CAF going on. And yesterday, the team that beat us to, get off the games did win by penalty. But my question is, have you ever sat down and said, if I get this money today and, I use it for something else, or if I get this money, why would I take it back? Or sometimes there are very many companies out there, a few of them that, when someone wins, sometimes they don't get time to pay people. But today we have the man who is going to explain to us everything. And also, is gaming an addiction? Well, all that is going to be happening right here on U24, and of course we are live on our YouTube page, which is at U24 Television. Also on X at U24 Television, you can follow this conversation. You can also follow us on TikTok. We are live. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram, and it's a beautiful morning today. Just in case you're coming to town, don't get scared. There's no jam anymore. The roads are open. Kololo is open, though it is still yellow. So I don't know. If you're trying to use that route, well, you're good to go. But if you're not coming to town, you can still stay home and follow us. But I'm humbled and delighted today to have a gentleman who is going to introduce himself, and he's going to tell us his role. You're welcome, and a very, very good morning.
Thank you, Sheila. Good morning, Sheila, and good morning to all our viewers. Denis Mudene Ngabirano is my name. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board. We
are looking smart this morning.
Thank you.
And good to have you. We have always wanted to know who is the person behind this. Who is the person who, regulates all these, could say, betting companies. But you're welcome this morning, and we're honored and delighted to have you. So, you have told us your title. Someone out there watching would want to know more about the National Gaming and Regulatory Company.
Thank you once again, Sheila. National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board is a body corporate established under the Lotteries and Gaming Act, CAP 334. And our major mandate is to supervise and regulate the establishment, operation, and management of lotteries, betting, casinos, and most important, to protect the public against the adverse effects of gaming.
All right, my first question would be, what is the role and the importance of responsible gaming?
Basically, the role of responsible gaming, if you allow me to define what responsible gaming means. Basically, responsible gaming means a set of social initiatives focused on ensuring that people are safe, they gamble in a safe environment, and they avoid the risks associated with gambling.
Okay.
And that entails quite a number of activities. Under the Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board, we ensure responsible gaming through what we call a responsible gaming program. And this program entails creating awareness around the dangers of gambling, sensitization, training, and also treatment and counseling of what we call problem gamblers, or people who have a problem with gambling.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Denis. But also, if you could a little bit explain regulating gaming and, of course, betting right here in our country. How do you see it?
One, for starters, betting or gambling, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, if I may ask, what is the right way? How should we call it? What is the right way to call it? Is it gaming? Is it betting? Is it gambling?
Basically, let's call it gaming.
Gaming. Oh, beautiful.
One, I must say that gaming is a legitimate business in Uganda, but regulated by the Lotteries and Gaming Act.
When you call it business, someone watching out there, lay person would want to know, what do you mean by business? Because we see very many people out there that have different companies, and we see every single day. Let's say now we do have CAF going on, we see Chan, we do see people, gaming. Do we call that responsible gaming?
Maybe I put it this way. At the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board, we license gaming companies.
All right.
So under the law, the Lotteries and Gaming Act, we do license gaming companies that do business in gaming. So when we talk of responsible gaming, it entails quite a lot. In responsible gaming, we are basically telling the players, who we call the punters in the gaming language, to play responsibly. To the operators or the gaming companies, when we talk of responsible gaming, we are basically telling them to provide a service that is responsive to the needs of the player, but also put in place controls that make sure that people do not gamble or game irresponsibly.
That's a very important word, irresponsibly. All right. Now, could you kindly discuss to us some of the, responsible gaming? Responsible gaming is critical right here in Uganda, and we see very many people do involve themselves in betting, but also, especially during these high-profile games, we see people involving themselves in gaming. We will call it gaming because it is responsible gaming, not irresponsible gaming. And we see people, involving themselves. What are some of the critical things that people go through when they're, when they're gaming?
One, I should say that for anyone out there who is above the age of 25 and wants to get involved in gaming, one, you must make sure that you are doing so with a licensed gaming company. If you want to check who is licensed, you can go to our website, lgrb.go.ug. We have a list of companies that we have licensed, that we believe that will do it in a responsible way. So for starters, anyone involved should get involved with a licensed company.
There are some people who do not take time, to go through those companies and see which company is right for them to do this responsible gaming. And of course, most people that we see that do gaming are people that, who have gotten like a small money today and they really want to do that. I don't think they really know even what www.ug.this means. How can you explain to a person out there who has been going through, but they don't know how to get through these the website? They don't know how to get, they don't even know how to use a computer. Let's say they have a phone, but the only thing they use on this phone is to play what we do call kapapula, if I'm not mistaken. That could be the right way I could phrase it. But they want to know what companies are good. Do you have a phone that people can use to see? Because now if we go through www.ug.this, don't you think that is so long for a lay person?
Sheila, on the contrary, if I can give you statistics, currently 93% of gaming in Uganda is online.
Wow.
That clearly shows you that
technology
has evolved and it has not left gaming behind. So interestingly, most people who are gambling gamble online, 93%. So, but for the benefit of those who would want to find out about who is licensed and who is not licensed, you can go through our toll-free number, which I can read in a few. We have a toll-free number, which is 0800-285800. If you really want to know who is licensed by the gaming board, you can call that number. But interestingly, I can tell you that
people know.
People know, and most people send us emails, called asking, is company X, Y, and Z licensed? Can we proceed and game with them? And we do share all this information.
So when someone calls, sometimes you see it's like calling a telephone company. You call and then they keep you waiting. You call, then they hang up. Sometimes you call and you are charged. Is this line charged, or it is completely free of charge?
It is free of charge. So we encourage people to call, not only those who want to find out who is licensed, but also those who have any problem associated with gaming. Yeah.
Let's talk about the current sports trends that we do have, betting trends, and let's say the highlights trending from, I'm not a football fan, but I have a team that I support, but this team keeps on disappointing me every time it's beaten. I feel like I should come back to my local teams. Of course, I'm talking about Manchester United. So I hope you're not a supporter of Manchester United.
Of course not.
Are you for Arsenal?
Of course, yes.
Producer, could we kindly get Mr. Dennis Mudene, because I think he's an Arsenal fan and he's seated with the Man U fan. These people torture us a lot. So let's talk about these current sports betting, and let's say highlights of trending during the EPL, and also the CHAN, that currently we do have CHAN going on, and we've seen people, how have people involved themselves in this, especially the EPL? I think that's the should we put it under Premier League? Should we put it under Euros? Those teams that play those games. How would you describe that?
In terms of Uganda's betting industry, the English Premiership is the most popular betting market here. So we normally see the stakes go high, especially when the season starts. For example, when the season started a few weeks ago, we saw an increase in stakes by about 15%.
Wow.
So that clearly shows you the interest people have in the English Premiership. But aside from the English Premiership, I believe Ugandans love sports.
Wow.
And especially football. And it's been one of the most drivers of gaming or gambling in Uganda. So we see the youth
involving themselves,
get involved so much, especially when the English Premiership begins. And as it also gets to the end, we normally see a hike in the stakes because it gets more and more interesting.
Do we have people also who do responsible gaming, let's say in golf, basketball, athletics, when we do have Olympics going on? Do people also involve themselves in that?
Yeah, sure. A number of companies do offer other betting markets, English Premiership being the most popular,
yes.
Basketball, golf, netball. So it's quite a lot that these companies do offer for people to stake on.
How is it on the La Liga games? Let's say Barcelona, I think, am I right, my producer? Barcelona, let's talk about those teams, the Spanish teams.
Yeah.
How is it when it comes to that? Because I see mostly people do concentrate on the English Premier League. How is the gaming on these other leagues?
It's also very popular. It's also very popular. I can say all the world leagues.
Wow.
Ugandans do bet on them, but the most popular is the English Premiership.
Okay. Would you kindly describe for us monitoring the things that we use when we're baiting? Let's say I'm joining mechanism of baiting, and someone out there would really want to know, how would you describe that?
I didn't get that well. Monitoring.
Let's describe in terms of these games. Someone out there who is watching would want to know what are the steps that we take when we're, looking into all these betting companies.
Of course, first, like I said, you have to ensure that you are dealing with a licensed company. 2, when you get to that site, you must first read the terms and conditions or the rules of the game so that you do understand what you're getting involved in. Of course, for the sports lovers, you look at the odds that the company is offering and ensure that you understood the odds, and once you stake your money, you know what you are going to get. So in the event that there is a problem or odds are changed midway or anything happens, part of what we do is we receive and investigate any complaints associated with the gaming, and we take the required action. So it is important first to know that you're dealing with a licensed company. 2, you read and understand the rules of the game.
True.
Before you get involved in staking your money.
All right. Well, you're watching G24, and of course, this is a one-on-one talk show. And today, I'm humbled and delighted to have Mr. Denis to talk to us, or to talk to your dear viewers about, a responsible gambling. Now, a very important question that one would ask is describe what we do call responsible gaming.
So, like I said, responsible gaming is basically a set of social initiatives put in place by the gaming industry to ensure that, 1, people are safe while getting involved in gaming. 2, people seek help in case they feel they have a problem with gambling. 2, ensure that we sensitize the public to tell them that gaming or gambling is simply a form of entertainment, and it is not a money-making venture or a business you should wake up every day and get involved in. So that is basically what I would describe as responsible gaming. So people need to know that gaming or betting or gambling is simply an entertainment activity, and it is not a money-making venture. It is not business to a player. So they need to only bet with what they can afford to lose.
Okay, what could be the warnings and signs of, of gambling problems? Because I would see, I think I would phrase it, let's say that people out there, we see them today, Asibaka Papula. I think that's the best way I could phrase it. And this person is beaten. Or perhaps he does it and he gets the money. What could be the signs and problems of gaming?
Yeah, thank you, Sheila. We have what we call a self-check quiz on our website that can tell if you have gotten addicted or you're getting addicted with betting. If you allow me,
yes,
and
please.
I read the questions. And to all the viewers, you could listen attentively, because I'm going to read the 10 questions.
Yes.
And if your answer is yes to 5 or more,
yes,
then probably you have
a problem.
1, is your time and thoughts always preoccupied by gambling activities? Do you gamble to relieve a bad mood or escape problems? Do you increase amount of money to gamble in order to win what you lost previously? Do you chase after your losses? Have you ever lied to anyone about your gambling behavior? Has your gambling behavior caused damaging consequences in your family, work, school, or social life? Have you unsuccessfully tried to stop your gambling behavior? Do you feel restless or irritable when you try to cut or stop your gambling behavior? Have you borrowed or asked others for money to gamble with?
Wow.
Have you ever done something illegal to get money or gamble or pay gambling debts? If you answer yes to 5 or more questions, please, you need to get to us and
For
we
help.
ensure that we give you help.
Wow. Those 10 questions, I by the way, I have never, I don't bite. My thing is, maybe when we're seated here, I can say, I think today Manchester United is going to beat Arsenal 3-0. Is that gambling?
That makes you a potential gambler. Everyone is
Wow.
a potential gambler.
Interesting.
If you have that phone and you're playing Candy Crush,
Yes.
you are a potential gambler. Because you are playing that Candy Crush just for fun. Now, just assume
There was
by
money.
earning points, you're earning money.
You see
Would
that?
you stop
Of course.
playing Candy Crush?
You see, the problem with Candy Crush is we keep on playing, but it doesn't end. But it gets interesting and more interesting as you keep on playing it. So, oh my God, okay. Well, Mr. Dennis has said something that has, that means I can game, eh? Okay. Let's leave that too. We'll talk about that when we get off air. Now, Mr. Dennis, let's talk about, let's say, guidelines for safe betting limits.
So, when you are a gambler out there, we have ensured that the gaming operators put in place what we call controls or safeguards to assist a player determine his betting behavior. So we encourage operators to put what we call responsible gaming tools. And these tools include what we call self-exclusion, setting limits, and the setting limits, you can set the limits by the amount you deposit on your gambling wallet. You can set limits in terms of time, how much time you spend on these gaming sites. You can also set limits on the losses. If I lose this much
Yes.
in this period of space, then I am blocked for the next 1 to 3 weeks or a month. So it is important that we set limits when we are involved in gaming. So we've seen a number of operators, rather players, self-exclude. I get to a gaming site and I say, I am excluding myself from gaming for the next 1 month. I want to take a break, and we encourage that. So we've recently put in place a system called the National Central Electronic Monitoring System, which interfaces with the operator systems. So from the time we've seen about 2,000 Ugandans self-exclude from gambling for a period of time. So you set your time. You can set a week, a month, 6 months, a year, so that you don't get onto these sites and gamble, which we think is something we have to continue doing.
Okay. Well, you are watching G20 and of course you're watching One-on-One Talk Show, and today we're talking about responsible gaming. We're going to take a very short break, but of course when we come back, I will ask Mr. Dennis what could be the advice for first timers who get involved in betting or gaming. And of course today he has said if you're trying to game, make sure you do it responsible. Do it in a way that matters, because sometimes we see people actually who bet, Mr. Dennis, or who game, end up losing their lives. So we're going to talk about that when we come back from a very short break. For now, let's take a short break, and of course when we come back, we'll be talking more about responsible gaming right here on U24. Of course with me, your host, Sheila Kahun. All right, welcome back from that short break, and of course we're talking about responsible gaming. Do you ever take time to ask yourself the 10 questions that Mr. Dennis shared with us? If you have 5 of them that are yes, then you need to seek help. But if you don't have any 5, then yeah, you're getting there slowly by slowly. So Mr. Dennis, before we went for a short break, we wanted to know advice for the first timers who involve themselves in, should we call it responsible gaming?
Yeah, thank you, Sheila. The first advice I would give to the first timers is to know that betting or gaming is simply a form of entertainment. It is not a money-making venture. 2, you have to set time and money limits before you get involved in gaming. And that's why we tell you that only bet what you can afford to lose. 3, never gamble when you are under the influence of alcohol or drugs, because then you make bad choices. 4, avoid gambling when you are stressed or feeling lonely or you simply want to pass time. The gaming operators offer some tools, self-exclusion, setting limits, so please use those tools to ensure that you make the right choices. We also encourage people to walk away even when they are winning. There is a song called The Gambler by Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, by Kenny
There
Rogers.
is a part that says, every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw in and what to keep. Because every hand is a winner and every hand is a loser. And the best you can hope for is to die in your sleep. So when you are betting, know what you're going to put, know what you're going to keep. Because it's not a sure deal. Like you hear people say that sure win, sure
win,
deal.
yeah.
No, it is never a sure deal. This is purely a game of chance. You can win,
You can lose.
you can lose.
Yes.
So just get in to entertain yourself. The way we get hyped when Arsenal is beating Man U is the way we need to.
Well, Mr. Dennis, I'm going to mute your microphone right now. If you talk about my team,
And
you're
the-
beating my team.
And the last advice I give to the first timers is that do not get ashamed to come and seek for help in case you have any problem with gambling, or if you know anyone out there that is struggling with betting addiction, please reach out to us. We do offer support that is free of charge. We ensure you get counseling, you get treatment to ensure that you stop irresponsible gambling.
So people should not just go and hang themselves just because they didn't win, but yet you have been winning.
Sure.
Okay, now let's talk about the community impact and awareness campaigns.
Yeah, we at the Gaming Board have been carrying out a number of sensitization campaigns, and this we've done with a number of stakeholders. First, we've partnered with the Ministry of Health.
Oh.
And we've been doing a number of trainings with the VHTs, with the village health teams that do regularly communicate with the communities. So we've been running a campaign. First, we have been taking them through the training on what responsible gaming is and equipping them to support us as they go out there to do their health outreaches. They also talk about the effects of irresponsible gambling.
Okay.
So we've been carrying out campaigns in partnership with the Ministry of Health, especially the Mental Health Department.
Yeah, that's very important.
We've partnered with the Ministry of Education, and here my team has been engaging a number of secondary schools. We've engaged over 200 secondary schools and universities. We recently entered into a partnership with the Makerere University, and this we are going to do with all other universities, and specifically working with the Students Guild
Oh,
to ensure that we sensitize the youth, the students on the dangers of gambling.
Okay.
We've also partnered with Uganda Police, not only to do enforcements, but also through their community policing, to reach out to communities and spread the responsible gaming campaign, because sometimes irresponsible gaming causes domestic violence.
Oh, true. Very, very true.
So we are doing a number of campaigns. We've been to markets, doing market drives to target a number of people that are in the market, because when you realize a number of betting shops are around some markets.
So some markets, yeah.
And
there are quite many.
Well, that's, yeah, they are, but we are coming up with a program where we are basically going to reduce the number of gaming shops across
because
the
you
country.
find, like, let's say in a market here, there's a gaming company, just after it, there's another gaming company, I think it becomes too much, and also people who are idle, you find them involving themselves in there. So I think you really need to look into that. Sure. Let's talk about the benefits of responsible gaming for the wild community, the wider the community is. Let's say we're talking about Nakasero Market, we're talking about Owino. What would be the benefits?
The benefits of responsible gaming go beyond just an individual. It supports the operator, it supports the communities, it supports also government. For the player, of course, responsible gaming ensures that you make the right choices, you maintain your right state of mind. So we ensure that responsible gaming helps you to avoid getting addicted that could lead to mental health problems, but also to ensure that you're financially stable. By making the right choices, by only betting what you can afford to lose, make sure that you maintain your financial stability. To the operators, it's ensuring that you maintain your customers. So if people are playing responsibly, then you will maintain your customers for a longer time because they are stable, they are only betting with what they can afford to lose, and they are not over-betting to get addicted and then get into problems, financial problems. Of course, to also ensure that your product is trusted. If your product is given out and people are losing, then of course you lose credibility, because it's a game of chance. I can win, I can lose. So we also encourage them to set those controls, and that brings a benefit to the operator. To the government, of course, responsible gaming ensures a steady revenue collection. People are not over-betting and running out of money and not betting anymore. Of course, we don't encourage people to bet.
Yes.
We don't. As government, we don't encourage people to bet, but we cannot stop it. It is not something I would encourage anyone out there to think that you can stop betting. You can't manage it. Countries that have tried to stop gambling have actually caused worse problems. Because then people will go underground and bet underground.
Yes.
With technology now, I can sit in the comfort of my home and bet on a UK site, bet on a Kenyan site, bet on a South African site. So if you come up and say you're stopping gambling or betting, you can never manage.
Because also the technology that we have is moving forward.
So to the government, of course, responsible gaming ensures that there's steady revenue generation, but also it helps on cutting costs on the health expenses. If people gamble irresponsibly, then that makes government spend more money trying to treat these people who have gambling problems. So we come out to ensure that people gamble responsibly. People don't spend all they have in betting. So those are the benefits of responsible gaming.
Okay.
To the player, to the operator, to the government.
What could be the challenges and the policy of enforcement?
Of course, we do have a number of illegal gaming outlets there. To date, we have confiscated over 6,000 illegal gaming equipment. So the biggest challenge we have is some people who we've started arresting import spare parts disguised as computer spare parts. And once they get here, using our local materials here, using our carpenters here, they assemble gaming equipment. And then they start spreading them across the country. So it has been our major challenge, but with the support from the Ministry of Finance, they have enabled us to, one, increase on our staff from 37 to now 81. They've also supported us to set up regional offices. So we have set up an office in Mbale, Gulu and Mbarara to help us have a footprint across the country. And our major focus is to ensure that we eliminate illegal gambling companies or individuals that do offer these services when they are not licensed.
Let me just a little bit to cut you short. You see, when you go to a shop, there are some shops you find there are these kind of tools that just look like that, where people just, you know, numbers. They put a coin and then is it also among the things that you're trying to curb? Is that what would call responsible gaming?
Yeah, those
kind of machines,
those
the tools.
Small machines, allow me use the description we normally use. We call them Chinese machines.
Yes, that is a better word.
Coin machines.
Yes, the coin slot machines.
Those are the ones we are dealing with. Like I said, we have over 6,000 that we have confiscated and destroyed. And this is an ongoing activity. And most importantly, now we've been focused on who are the importers of those spare parts that then get assembled here. So those are some of the machines we are trying to deal with. Now with more staff in and more offices being created, that is going to be our major focus. We've laid out some strategies on how to deal with them. And I can guarantee the Ugandans that in the space of 1 to 2 years, those machines will be dealt with. Okay.
Now, what are the key challenges that you do face when you're enforcing responsible gaming?
One of the challenges that some of the people who gamble or bet never want to come out and say, I have a problem with gambling. We've faced a challenge. For example, you get into this betting shop and you see people running away because you want to talk to them. First, they think that gaming is illegal and they want to run away.
Yes.
And it's one area that we've tried to emphasize, to tell them that yes, gambling is legal, but it has controls. One, you must be 25 and above to get involved in gambling.
Yes.
Two, if you have a problem, like those questions I posed to you.
Yes, the 10 questions.
If you have a problem, you don't have to shy away. So in enforcing responsible gaming to the player, some shy away from saying, every time I get money, the first thing I think about is betting. But we've tried to put in place mechanisms that people can reach out to us. On our site, we've put a form that you fill if you have a problem with gambling, so that once we receive your comment, then someone can reach out to you on phone, talk to you, and try to take you through what we call the first line of support to counsel you. And if there is need to face a counselor, we've also organized sessions where we call you and pair you with a counselor who takes you through counseling sessions. So one of the challenges is people coming out. We've also set up a call center where we receive calls from people who have gambling problems to come out, and we do offer first line of support. Of course, to the operators, enforcing responsible gaming is like decampaigning their business. That's also a
They
challenge.
think that their business at the end of the day it will close.
Exactly. But it's not true, and this, for the licensed companies, have really embraced it, and we are seeing more and more companies putting in place responsible gaming controls to ensure that their players feel safe and make the right choices. So those are some of the challenges I can say we have faced while enforcing responsible gaming. But also we've realized that people have a negative perception around gambling. It's been a very big problem. And to me, out there, I would want to encourage everyone that responsible gaming is everyone's responsibility. You as a parent, it is your responsibility.
Yes.
You as an employer, it is your responsibility. If I can tell you, Sheila, we recently conducted a research, actually 2023, and we found out that 99% of the gamblers are men.
Wow.
About 55% of the gamblers are they employed.
Oh, the employed.
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting.
So why I'm saying that responsible gaming is everyone's responsibility is it starts from your home. I have told you that 93% of the people gambling are gambling online, on our mobile phones.
You sit in your sitting room and...
Exactly. So we encourage everyone to be a responsible gaming ambassador, because people who are gambling now, are gambling online, have access to smartphones, have access to mobile money. So it is important that we all stop this negative perception about gambling and focus on how to reduce gambling harm, but also derive benefits that are in this business. Because aside from the negative effects of gambling, there are benefits. Government is generating revenue.
Yeah, it's getting money out of it because it's revenue.
This sector employs over 10,000 Ugandans directly.
The ones that would have been unemployed.
Over 10,000, and especially the youth. We have over 2,000 gaming shops spread across the country. That's income to the landlords. All those betting shops have internet connection, so there is a benefit to the internet service providers. They have power in there. So there is quite a lot. This sector is ICT led. There are a lot of opportunities surrounding the IT space. Quite a lot. Almost all companies depend on technology to offer their services. So there's quite a lot of opportunities around the sector, and my focus is that if we all focus on responsible gaming, you play your part as a parent, we play our part as government, you play your part as an employer who employs people that you pay, and you have to ensure that you sensitize them around responsible gaming, then we are all playing a role that we need to play to ensure that gaming is safe, it is played in a controlled way, and we get more of the benefits than the negative effects.
Well, you talked about something that I was about to ask, but you did hit about it, the edge of gambling or the edge of responsible gaming. We see sometimes the students, instead of going to school, they pass by and do a little bit of what is I want you to emphasize the age of a person supposed or meant to be doing responsible gaming as we do come to a close. And also, maybe as we do close, you would tell us what would be your last remarks to the people that are watching us right now.
Thank you so much, Sheila. One, be of the right age if you are to bet, and that is 25 and above. And I believe here the framers of the law envisaged that at least at 25, you are done with school, probably you have a job and you have an income, and therefore you can use what we call your disposable income to get involved in gambling. Like I said, set the limits. That is the amount you deposit on your gambling wallets, the time you spend in gambling. Know when to walk away, because gambling is not a sure win. You can lose,
you can win. Yes.
Seek help if you feel you are addicted or you're getting addicted with gambling. We have experts who will take you through sessions to ensure that you stop that habit. Because betting is addictive by nature and can be psychologically harmful
to your health.
To your health,
yes.
Especially to your mental health. So we encourage everyone out there who is involved in betting to ensure that, one, you bet responsibly by only betting with what you can afford to lose. Setting time limits. You don't wake up and you are only thinking of gambling.
Yeah, there are those people who just wake up from their homes and they sit, before they even do anything, they're on their phones. Yes. Sure win, you know, kapapla has always been the order of the day.
Yeah, of course. You see, betting is as addictive as other...
gaming, the other games we do have. You talked about Candy Crush.
Exactly.
There's a new game called the block game, you know.
Look at the statistics of the internet usage for people on TikTok.
Thank you very much.
You wake up, the first thing you check is
your TikTok, yes.
You are in office, you get your phone, the next thing you're going on to is TikTok. At night after work, you get home. So
before even you greet anyone,
exactly.
The first thing you do is get onto your phone.
Exactly. So it's gaming is just like you getting on TikTok, on
being
Instagram,
addictive.
being addicted.
Yes.
So you have to set time limits on when you are getting involved in that and when you are doing what brings food to your table. So we basically encourage people that have a set time when you get involved in this, but also most importantly for people out there is to tell them that this is not a business. To a player, to a punter, this is not a business. It is simply entertainment. The way you go out and watch a match and be happy and go home. That is how people need to look at this form of entertainment, which is betting or gambling.
All right. Well, Mr. Denis has said it all. I don't think I need to repeat myself. Responsible gaming, 25 and above. If you're not 25, do not involve yourself in betting. And also, before we leave, if you could kindly read for us the toll-free line again for people who have issues with gambling, where they can call and seek help, as you had said, as we do close up.
Thank you so much, Sheila. To everyone out there that has a gambling problem, or you know someone who has a problem with gambling, please reach out to us on 0800 285800, or you can also reach out to us on info@lgrb.go.ug, or visit our offices here in Kampala at Ruthuri House, level 3 and 4, Ruthuri Avenue in Bugolobi, or our regional offices in Mbarara, Mbale, and Gulu. Please bet responsibly, bet what you can afford to lose, and ensure that before you go to bet, make sure that you have saved some money, you have invested some money, and you are only using what we call your disposable income to get involved in this betting. I thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Denis, and thank you so much for, giving a word of advice to the people out there, for sensitizing the nation more so for those people, who bet and you want to give them help, and then when you reach those betting companies, they just run away from you people. But literally, you've come to give them help and also talk to them. Thank you so much for that good job, and we pray that, you keep on sensitizing people about the dangers and the good ways of responsible gaming. Well, we do come to the end of this talk show. Thank you so much for being part of us, and you can still follow this conversation on our YouTube page, which is at U24 Television. You can also follow us on X, that is former Twitter, at U24 Television, Facebook, Instagram, and of course TikTok. You can still follow this. But he has said it, if you want to bet, or if you want to game, do it responsible. Do not just wake up and all you think about is getting your phone to start gambling or to start gaming. Do it in a way that matters, and also do not take your life because of gaming. Thank you so much for being part of this. Fresh and Clean comes up, and of course if you want to know the latest, what happened in the concerts that happened, we had Craig David, we had Cindy, we had Cissy Wayne, all that is happening on Fresh and Clean. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day. Remember, tomorrow is a Sunday. We do have the cancer run. Who do you run for? I do run for my mother. I do run for my father. I do run for my grandfather. I do run for, everyone, my judges, everyone, even our children. Get up early morning. Let's go support this cause of cancer so that we can find a way of curbing down cancer. Thank you so much. God bless you. We'll do this again next time, same time.